Hey everybody, it's Christopher. Um, I finally decided that I wanted to talk about what happened this week. I'm gonna warn you right away. I'm extremely nervous, and I don't really know where to start. So I'm gonna try to start from the beginning and work my way back because I realize that a lot of people are really worried, and I kind of scared some people. I really didn't mean to. I'm sorry if you're one of those people that I scared. Um, I wanted to have a talk with everybody about anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts. If there's something you cannot handle hearing about, or if stories about like self harm or anything trigger you, whatever, please don't watch this. I just wanted to be honest with my viewers and my friends, family. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. Um, about 2 months ago, one of my somewhat close friends at the time, he said he had a crush on me. Like everybody knows relationships really aren't my thing, but he was pretty adamant about it. And we gamed together. This is the person that I met over Overwatch. You guys probably already know who I'm talking about. Uh, and I kind of laughed at him at first because, we were friends. Like, I was like, wait a minute, what? um, as you know, I identify as an angel. Okay. Like, I have my past memories. We've discussed this before. I don't identify with humans at all. So obviously this was like a big thing to me. I was like, oh, wait a minute. You're not exactly my type or anything. But I would also like to make it really obvious too, or like not obvious, but like I don't know if it was obvious or like whatever. But I wasn't physically attracted to this person, which for me, I don't judge on looks or anything. Like, I wouldn't want somebody doing that to me. And I was worried that that might be something that would be an issue down the road. I was like, oh no, like, this person likes me. And I don't necessarily feel the same way. And I talked about this before with you guys about how last November, um, the last person who um, liked me like this, um, he ended up passing away. So I was pretty nervous about this whole thing. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a shot. And one of my friends was like, my friend Triforce, we're just friends, like, which you guys know who I'm talking about. And I was like, oh yeah, that dude's gonna have to fight me. I was like, what? So we set up a Twitch event, and they did a 1v1. And because the guy who liked me was a top 500 in Overwatch, and my friend was a platinum in Overwatch, which, as you know, is a huge skill difference, we made my friend go whatever. And then my friend at the time had to go, oh my God, until sticking his tail in the screen. Um, Anyways, he had to go like characters like Mercy, or just, characters that were like a lot harder to play versus DPS and 10 characters. Obviously, the guy won, anyways, despite the fact he went Mercy into a Roadhog. My God, Triforce, I'll never let him live that down. But so it was a joke. It was like, oh yeah, whoever wins this 1v1 gets to be Mercy's boyfriend for 24 hours. Obviously, it ended up being longer than 24 hours. I ended up staying with the person for 2 months, and it was a pretty awful 2 months. There were times where it was like the best thing ever. There were times where it wasn't. For the first week of the relationship, everything was amazing. Like, it was so much fun. And the whole, like, me not being attracted to the person started to wear off after like 2 weeks, because I started to just, I don't know, just appreciate the person and just genuinely fall in love with them for whatever reason. I would video chat him once in a while, and seeing him would feel like the best thing ever. My brother caught us video chatting once, and he was like, the fuck is that? And I was like, oh, it's my boyfriend. And he's like, seriously? Like my brother's, he's a little bit more sketch than I am about things. And he was like, he's not, well, I don't know. He's like, okay, so you're a model and that's the best you could do kind of thing. Like he was really sketch about it too, because he knew that I met the person like online or whatever. So he was just trying to like get me away from them. And I was like, Sal, like it's not a big deal, like whatever. And he's like, no, it's definitely a big deal. Like, but he just kind of, I don't know, he just kind of poked fun at me because the person that I was like, in love with or whatever, wasn't like anywhere near as attractive as me. And I was like, Sal, no, I don't look at people like that. Like, whatever. Like looking back now, it's funny, but he's just giving me shit. Like he didn't mean nothing by it. But after the first week, stuff really started to change. Um, I was unaware, unfortunately, until the last like few weeks of that relationship that I was dating somebody who is a sociopath. And for those of you who don't know what that word means, you can look it up pretty much anywhere. It'll tell you. It's like a type of person who doesn't necessarily have emotions, doesn't really express them, kind of just preys on people, targets them, uses them for whatever, and then dumps them off. And when I first heard the term, it was from my diva main. You guys know what I'm talking about. And he told me, he's like, a lot of his behavior is like this. You need to be aware that it's like this. You need to take me seriously and get away from this person, because after a while, he stopped playing with me. Like he stopped playing games with me. After all the games that I bought that were just for me and him to play, I ended up playing it with my friends more. And I was like, okay, well, maybe he's just busy. Maybe he just wants to play with his friends, whatever. And at first I didn't make a big deal of it. But then slowly but surely he just started ignoring me. And for those of you who don't know, like I said, I'm an angel. I'm very cuddly, very sociable with people that I care about, with people that love me, with people that I love. So being ignored was really hard on me. I started freaking out. I started getting anxious that I was screwing something up. I always asked him if he was mad at me. And at one point I started to be afraid of him. And it's because when we did play, there were a couple times where he would yell at me. And being scolded at is really hard for me. I was a mute my entire life. Pretty sure you guys remember me saying this before. But for those of you who don't, I was a mute my entire life until 3 years ago. I was completely unsocialized. I grew up sick in bed. I have no parents because my mom passed away when I was younger, and my father couldn't take it, and he's no longer with us. So I didn't really grow up with like the most sociable life, so I didn't know how to handle this. So when I started getting ignored, I started whining and being a little more clingy than I should have been. And I was unmedicated at the time. I didn't have the money for my medications. My brother was laid off from work. And I was like, okay, how am I going to deal with this? And I'm a really honest person. And so I told him, I was like, I'm really sorry if I'm like freaking out. I was like, I'm unmedicated right now. I'm really anxious. I'm really nervous. I'm sorry if I act like a complete little kid, because like mentally I'm still like a little kid. I don't deal with things the same way that people do. And he was like, no, it's not a big deal, whatever. And he did that a lot throughout the 2 months that we were together. So I was like, okay, well, he accepts me for who I am. I accept him for who he is. It's going to be okay. But then he kept ignoring me. And I even questioned him about it. And I was like, why are you ignoring me? He's like, I don't know, I just do. And it like really hurt me. So I started doing things to try to keep his attention, because I read online, and this was towards the end of the relationship. I wish I would have known this sooner, that sociopaths get bored with people and they just abandon them for whatever reason. And I was like so scared that he was going to do that to me. Right before the 2-month mark, because we got together January 18th as a joke, and then the 19th for real after the 24-hour thing. And then This was right before March 19th, I think, because it's April now, yeah. So we had split up for 2 hours, and then we ended up getting back together. Like, didn't last or whatever. He had made a bunch of things known that he was really jealous of my best friend, who I've gamed with for a year, about as long as I've known this other guy. Um, and he was afraid that my friends were going to take me away from him because I yelled at him one time and I was like, "You act like you think that my friends are going to take me away from you." And because he had said something along the lines of, "I hate the sound of their voices when they talk to you," and like just really weird stuff like that that like you just kind of laugh about because you think it's a joke or whatever, but it ended up being for real. And I was like, "Oh shit," you know. Like he really feels like this. Like he's really jealous of my friends. He's really jealous of my best friend, who's also another guy who's gay just like me. So obviously that was an issue. He even got jealous of some of my straight guy friends. Like, and I'm like, yo, they have girlfriends, hello. And he was just really jealous, like constantly. And I didn't know how to deal with it. So I could tell that he was trying to get me away from my friends. And for a while I was starting to pull away from my friends. And they were like, no, don't pull away from us. Like we care about you. Like, hello, pay attention. Like get rid of him. And I was so in love with this person. I was so attached. And he was so parasitic that I really genuinely believed I needed him. Like I really did. I'm like, I lost a friend over this. It was really hard. And he became the most important thing to me for a while, to the point where it was really like detrimental to my mental health. And as the relationship progressed towards the last like 2 weeks or so, he was persistently ignoring me, like constantly, to the point where I felt like I was worthless, like I was a failure. I mean, even now, I literally just got home from the hospital, not even just a few days ago, but like I still feel like that. I'm trying to get over it, but he had me so low um, that I started hurting myself. The first thing that I did was, as you know, I'm 28. I haven't drank in my entire life. I did that for the first time. I did a drunk stream playing Call of Duty. I was horrible at it, Jesus Christ. But I did something I said I was never going to do, and I drank for the first time. My brother was like, "Oh, it's okay. You need to experience things, and if you're having a rough time, and you want to handle it a different way." And I've done it, so whatever. I'm gonna let that go. But not even not even 48 hours later, I was getting even more depressed because Bear was ignoring me. And I had talked to Keaton about it. I talked to like my friends about it. Like I talked to my whole Overwatch team about it. I didn't really talk to my fam about it because when I did, they were always busy and stuff. And I mean like my friends' fam, not like my Overwatch fam. I have like two fams. Sorry if that's confusing. You guys know who you are, anyways. But I got into a fight with him like quite often. He would yell at me. He would he used to make fun of me and stuff, belittle me, even if it was something as simple as like talking about the Overwatch game because everybody knows I play Mercy. Big deal. I'm really good at it. Whatever. And I get tired and I screw up and like whatever. And like one of his friends that became my friend um was asking for tips. He was a silver. No, Barry's a top 500. Whatever. I was top five, dropped out. Whatever. But I know positioning. I know what people should do and like whatever. So I was trying to help this poor Rand main who ended up becoming my friend. And his reply right away was, "Oh no, he's a mercy main. Like, he doesn't know anything," kind of thing, which isn't true because I played the game. Like, I have like 2K hours on it. Like, I've seen how everybody plays. I know how it's meant to be played. I know what you're supposed to do. I might not be able to play that character efficiently, but I understand how they're meant to be played. So, like, it was taking like little stabs at me like that, but like often. Um, Plus the ignoring. So, the next step, I was arguing with him and I was trying to figure out why he was ignoring me. And this is right before my friend coined the word sociopath. And he was telling me that he just didn't care about me and like whatever. Well, the guy was saying that he did care and like whatever. And I didn't really know what to think. I got so depressed. I pulled out this butcher's knife that I bought my brother. It belongs to a three set. It's all rainbow blades. The handles are blue. Absolutely gorgeous. I got it because it was a gift to him last year. Yeah. And they had never really been used or anything. So I was like, hey, it's clean, whatever. And you guys can't tell, but like my entire arm, like my hand, and like over here before it healed, I hacked it up. I have photos of it. Like I started cutting myself, and like I did it for like 3 days straight because I was so awfully depressed. And I told two of my friends. I told Keaton and Diva in our PlayStation chat. I was just like, look, I really need to talk to you guys because like I'm doing things that I don't feel comfortable with. I really don't understand why I'm doing these things. I was like, I need help. Um, can I talk to you guys? And they're like, of course, yeah, whatever. And I was like, let's just keep this between us. Well, Diva felt so strongly about what happened that he ended up messaging my boyfriend and was like, look, I care. And your boyfriend's not well. He's, basically telling us that he's hurting himself. Like, you need to do something about it. So, what does my boyfriend do? He messages me and yells at me. I have screenshots of all this because I was like, Diva, like, look, this is what you did. Like, and I wasn't blaming him for telling. I was just like, I asked you to keep it just between us. And this is why. And now I'm in trouble again. I'm getting yelled at. I'm getting scolded at. And I feel horrible. Like, my boyfriend acted like he was more mad at me for ruining something that was his. He treated me like a 5-year-old treats his Legos. He doesn't share them with anybody. He says no, shakes his head and says, I'm not sharing this with anyone. Like that's how he treated me. He treated me like a fucking toy. And I cared about him so much that I let it happen. I even tried to cater to his urge for ownership because he was so insecure. I was insecure too. Like I'm not gonna lie about it. That's one of the reasons I thought I could relate to him. But he was insanely possessive. He was insanely jealous. Like, and on top of it, he was always mad all the time. And whether or not he said that he was mad at me, I never believed it because so much negative energy came flying out at me for having friends or for socializing with other people or my best friend, of course, my best friend who I'm with now, actually. Um, he basically yelled at me for harming myself instead of consoling me and instead of realizing what he was doing to me. And my friends were like, oh, he's emotionally and mentally abusing you. You need to get out. And I was like, no, I love this person. Like, I accept him for who he is. If this is truly how he is, if he's truly a sociopath and he was just born this way, then it's kind of like a disability, right? Like, I started making excuses for him because I just didn't think that he could do anything about it. I was just like, no, it's just how he is. This is just how I am. I have anxiety. I can't be cured. When I'm off my medication, I'm a total idiot. Like, what do you want? He even called me a fucking idiot now that I think about it for hurting myself. I was like, well, you're not wrong, but still, like, that made me feel awful. Like, I felt so terrible. I went and did it again. Like, the last week, before this video, obviously, talking about a week ago here, he ended up leaving me. I was devastated, horribly. This was, my first major like dating thing. This was his too. The only other relationship he had was like a week, and the girl basically like made fun of him, cheated on him, left him for somebody else, kind of thing. And here is me, the first person who ever actually loved him back and wants to off himself. Feels good, but because he is like bi, I guess, because he knew that I was gay and like whatever he said he didn't care about my body or anything like that. Another classic sociopath thing. He He was just kind of like, you're whatever, I'm whatever, kind of thing. And I was like, okay. But he ended up leaving me. And I cried harder than I ever did. Horribly. I went to my friends and was on the PlayStation chat. And I was texting him on Kick the whole time. And I was like, no, please, like, don't Don't leave me. Don't abandon me. You're already ignoring me. This is like the worst thing you could do. Like you said you would never abandon me. Like you broke up with me for 2 hours because I said you were gonna leave me. And now what are you gonna do? You're gonna leave me anyways. Like I didn't understand. And again, I was unmedicated, wasn't thinking properly at all. But I didn't understand how he could just leave me. I was terrified. I was gonna lose this person that like I grew to care so much about. Because like I knew this person for like almost a year now. This was like a friend. This was somebody I gamed with. This was somebody that I cared about. This is somebody that I looked up to in the game because like he was so good at it. And I just ever since I met him, I just wanted to play with him. I just wanted to spend time with him. Just as friends, you know? And now I was just worried that I was gonna lose him forever. And like I take losing people really, really seriously. So to say that I got even more depressed than I already was when he was treating me like shit, I started blaming my friends for everything because they were like, because I had told him, I was like, my friends really don't want me with you. I was like, and you really don't want me with them. So, you know, I might pick you over them type thing because to me, they were causing the issue. That's how he made it look. That's how he made it feel, whether or not he meant to, which I'm pretty sure he meant to make it feel that way. Um, all my friends were worried. I lost it. I cried so hard. I had my headset on actually. It was my earphones I'm wearing right now. And I literally collapsed on the floor after he told me that there was nothing I could do. And I cried. I cried when I was streaming. Oh god, it was horrible. I cried to the point where I threw up, to where I kept like blacking out, to the point where my brother was horrified. My brother actually wanted to split us up like a month before, but he was like recently, like before we officially like split for the last time, he had told me to my face, he's like, I really want to split you guys up. And he's like, you know, this relationship is parasitic. It's bad for you. It's doing things to you that like are not okay. He's like, I don't want you feeling depressed. He's like, I don't want you being yelled at by another guy. He's like, I sure as fuck don't want you hurting yourself. And I just begged him not to. I was like, no, please. I need this person in my life. And he's like, see, he's like, this is why I can't split you up because you actually think that you need him. He's like, I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna look out for you. And he's like, but I want you to know that I don't approve of this relationship, and I want you to just focus on us and your friends because this person is ruining who you are, and I don't like it. And I was like, I can't believe, looking back now, that I turned around to my own brother and was like, Sal, like I love this person. I need him in my life. So much so that like I didn't even listen to what my brother was saying. That's so unlike me because normally if my brother says no, you don't do this, like I won't do it. Like my brother's taking care of me. He's held me all 4 times I almost died. And here I am standing up to him for this person that like that lived far away from me. That should have been so insignificant. I would stand up to my brother and be like, no, I need this person. Like, no, I didn't. Nobody thought I did, but I felt like I did. And there's still a part of me that feels like I do. So I'm like doing a video. So do you mind if like I do it like without you in here for like a minute? I can finish this. Yeah, I was just doing something for my friends or whatever. I was just like talking to myself. You know, I get nervous when people are in the room. Sorry. Uh, this is my brother. He's always checking up on me. Oh my god. Oh, so embarrassing. But, my brother is like the best thing in the entire world. There's nobody that can even compare to him. So the fact that like I couldn't even listen to him, I was like, it was awful. And it got worse. Like after bear ended up leaving me. I thought that life wasn't worth living. I had reached that point because I was like, I've been abandoned. My life is over. My biggest fear has come true, which is being abandoned. Like, I literally, I'm always afraid of being abandoned by friends, family, and then my boyfriend. My brother, I know for a fact, would never leave me. Matter of fact, he even told me, he's like, hey, if you're going, I'm going with too. He's like, if you're really gonna kill yourself over this person I'm coming with. I was kind of the awakening for me because he caught me. I was in the bedroom and I have this closet that's got like two different levels to it. And one of them has like this really like strong bar that like you hang your clothes up on, but it's like it's built into the wall. I had hurt myself, and then I was gonna hang myself in the closet. Oh, like why would I do that, right? Like who the fuck in their right mind would do that? But it does happen, and I was so empty and depressed and horrified and traumatized, and I felt like the worst person in the entire world because I was convinced that I was the one hurting this person. I was convinced that this was all my fault. I was convinced that I made somebody leave. Like I was so convinced that everything was my fault. I even said it. I still say it. And I still feel looking back that like there were things that I could have done to make it better. I could have been more aware. But because I was abandoned by somebody, I made the decision I was gonna take my own life. And my brother called me and it was really awkward. He walked right up to me and says, was this a decision you want to make? Like you're gonna leave. You know, you're gonna kill this body and go home because of some person. Not because of me, not because of someone that's actually your friend, not because of like your family, but you're gonna leave because of some boyfriend who abused you and treated you like complete shit. I've seen the text messages type of thing, and you're gonna leave over that because you think this is your fault. And I was like, yeah. I didn't even know how to respond. I was so like out of it. I was just like, Sally, I can't live anymore. Like my life is over. I've been abandoned. And he's like, but I'm right here. You haven't been abandoned. He's like, some fucking idiot calls you names and, stops playing with you and treats you like shit. And you're just going to leave, but you're going to forget, that I'm right here. And I was like, no, I know you're right here. It's just, I'm so empty. There's a hole in my chest. I kept saying that there's a hole in my chest and it's eating me alive. And I really love this person. And I feel like I can't be here without them. And this crazy shit, crazy, crazy shit. Like, oh my God, this person had control over my life. He had more control than my own brother did, which is weird because like my brother controlled my entire life because he's always taking care of me. And I let him do that and I liked it. And so he looks at me. He's like, okay, that's how you want to be? Fine. He's like, I'm gonna go leave right now. And he's like, you want to leave? I'm coming with. He's like, I don't like it here. He's like, I don't like seeing you feel like shit. He's like, I don't want to look at that every day. And I was like, well, what about our two cats? Like, out of nowhere. I was just like, wait, our cats haven't been rehomed yet. Like, can't even believe it. Like when that was a thought and it stopped me. And he stopped me. Because as soon as he said what he said, that he was just like, nah, fuck this, I'm out. I was like, oh. Like, I woke up. I mean, I had been cutting myself to try to wake myself up from this horrible nightmare. I'd been needing to feel physical pain to numb me and my emotional pain and my mental pain. I was doing it not to get attention, but because I needed to wake myself up. And it took my brother saying, okay, well, I'm going to kill myself right now to wake me up. And I was like, I stood there dumbfounded. I was like I was just unbelievable. I was flabbergasted. I was It was like everything hit me at the same time. And I looked at my brother and I was like, wait. And he looked at me and he's like, see, now you're paying attention. And I was like, I don't want to be the reason that you decide to leave. Like, and then he was just like, yeah, I don't want some dumbass to be the reason that you're gonna leave. He's like, come on. And I was just like, I was like, maybe I should go to the hospital. I was like, I've been talking about it for a month. I was like, maybe I should go to the hospital and get help. And he looked at me and he was like, now you're making the right choices. Like you're finally listening to me. He's like, it took you like a month to do it. He's like, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And he's like, go get dressed right now. And I did. And went to the hospital, my hospital that knows me by name. And for the first time ever, I got a completely different staff because we went at a really odd time. And they were like, oh, what are you here for? And my brother's like, well, my little brother wants to take his life. And he's hurting himself. And they were like, where are you hurting yourself and all that stuff. And I showed them my arm and I was like, yeah, I just got out of a really abusive relationship. But I don't understand how it's abuse. Everybody says it is, but to me, it was just me screwing up. And they talked me through a lot. They brought in nurses, doctors, therapy people. I even had a cop sit on me the entire time for security, which was shitty because I have a fear of officers because of something that happened before, which I won't get into. But he was really cool, like really nice. He even talked to my brother. He's like, if you need anything, he's like, let me know. He's like, if your brother needs anything, let me know. Coolest guy you would ever meet. Absolutely coolest person ever. I was really thankful for that. Everybody was super nice and supportive, and you know, they put me on new medication for my anxiety. It's stronger than what I was on before. It actually causes me to overheat and makes me a little sick. But I got anxiety, depression medication. They gave me medication for my physical health issues, which, as you guys know, I have something similar to Crohn's disease. It's called ischemic colitis. So I got a lot of help, and my friends and family had no idea where I went because the last thing I said to them was that I was out of here and that I was done being here, and that this place was no place for an angel, like I always say. And I wasn't trying to worry anybody. I was just like, guys, like I can't deal with this anymore. I'm out. And ended up scaring a lot of people. I really didn't mean to. But my brother had taken his phone, and you're not allowed to have phones like when you're on suicide watch. They take all your belongings or whatever, but he kept his and snuck out and told everybody, he's like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm taking care of my brother, and we're going to get him some help. And I got help. It hurts a little bit less after a few days and after a lot of medication. But there's still moments where I want to talk to this person, or I want to be by them, or I want to see them. And I have friends that live down in the state that he lives in. And I really just, part of me wishes that I never would have dated him, that I would have just stayed friends. Because I really do miss him. Despite all of this, I just wish that I would have understood what he was before, because then I feel like it would have been easier. I would have done more things to keep his attention. I would have done more things to, I don't know. And even then, there's no guarantee that the person would get bored of you, kind of thing. Like, he's gonna go do this to somebody else probably, and that worries me, because nobody deserves to feel like this. I'm gonna be left with the fact that I love somebody that doesn't love me back. Because when I love somebody, when I care about somebody, that's it. I just care. I'm a very caring person. So I'm gonna have to deal with the fact that the other person can't love me back. They can't even care about me. They can't even, I don't know. Yeah, so that's been what's been going on. I'm sorry, I've been talking for like a half hour and I'm still really nervous and stuff. I don't want to start getting emotional. Um, so I'm gonna just say that I hope that everybody that listens to this takes it seriously and knows that they're not alone in feeling abandoned and hurting themselves and going through stuff that's similar to this. Um, and I hope that if you do go through something like this, you remember to reach out to the right people. It's really important. Have a support system. And if all else fails, just be honest with yourself about how you feel. Is something I should have done? But yeah, before I get too emotional, I'm gonna end this video and I'll post it so you guys can watch it. Bye guys. Thanks for everything. Love you.